What is up, beautiful people? We're in day 8, and we're talking about Project 180. This is a fun project that is near and dear to my heart that I call Project 180 because the goal is to be able to spend 180 minutes a day with my kids, purposefully, on time, and that's 3 hours. And I don't do it very often, but it's a place that I'm going to. I actually uh, been working on this for a while now. It's probably been, I don't know, maybe half a year that this has been stuck in my head. And so for a while, I was really on it, but something happened where it went really wrong. And so I want to just share this kind of thing about how my mind works. And um, so let's jump back to, I do my little private work. And so one day I was doing my private work, and, I've got this new business, Referrals While You Sleep, the software. And I was like, all right, what's important about it to me? Because I want to do cool things with cool people in cool locations. I want to teach my boys through just being around them that, hey, we live in a creative verse. We can really create whatever we want. And so in one of the private works, it was like 180 minutes a day. Like, what would have to happen for me to be able to do that? Hold on one second. I got a heater on and it's burning up. That's better. So I was thinking, what would have to happen for me to spend, 180 minutes a day with the boys? And so I found some things. Like, one of the things we do is we play little video games on our Amazon Fire. We've got Luna Plus. One of the things that I realized is it needs to be things that I enjoy, so that I want to hang out with them. And that sounds bad just saying that. But, if I'm doing stuff that I don't really like, I'm not going to want to do those things. So we started watching The Mandalorian. We watched a lot of the Marvel movies. Of course, we've been playing these video games. We got this one little beach buggy racing. That's been a lot of fun. And the boys are like, Dad, you're really good at these games. And well, I've been playing games for a long, long time. And so that was going really well. And then, a few months ago, man, it was probably in February. I was in this funk. I was just locked in. My head was just crazy. Like, I was like, man, I don't know what I can do about life. Like, I am just a total failure. I cannot do what I need to do. And I don't know how to get out of it. And so I did what I know to do. I talked to my mentor. I talked to some of my friends, some people in my home group. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I just feel like a failure right now. Like, I just can't do what it is. And I don't know. And um, as some of you guys know, I'm in a recovery group, and one of the things that we do is we've got a step 10, which is a daily inventory where I just write kind of what my feelings are all day and the things that I went through. And was I hungry? Was I tired? And I went through that. And this was probably, it felt like forever, 2 weeks, 3 weeks of just being miserable. I wrote the thing, and it was like, oh my gosh, I thought, you may think this is silly. It looks silly to me now. I thought that I was a failure if I didn't spend 180 minutes with my kids every single day. Like, I'd created that, like that was some rule in my universe that this is what I have to do. And if I don't do that, I'm not a good dad. Like, I'm not a good human being. I'm worthless. Like, this was all the stuff that went through my head. And the minute that I wrote that, I was like, that's not true. And I got freedom. Life is life. And what I realized is like, I mean, of course, like I want to spend 180 minutes with my kids every single day. And some days I'm actually going to be able to do that. And there's going to be some days when I'm not. And we just weren't in a place where I could do that in my life. I was running my software company and my real estate practice was going well. And I think we were in the process of buying another home. Like we just had a bunch of stuff happening. And what I did was I was like, you know what? I mean, I can't do Project 180. It's still where I want to go. It's a goal of mine, but can I spend 15 minutes with them today? And that just created so much freedom to realize, like, yeah, I've got this great goal, and how can I enjoy spending 180 minutes a day with my kids? And if I can't do it now, that's okay. That's okay. Life is life. And while I was thinking about this, I'm, I'm going to share my screen again because I love doing this. I actually did a podcast with a buddy that, let's see, is this going to work? If it does, that's still amazing. So if you're interested, I did this podcast where I go further into what is the 180 plan, the Project 180. Let's see, I'm going to take this off. So cool. Where we talked up 45 minutes, me and a good friend of mine. He's a coach, entrepreneur. He's got this podcast called The Heart of Dad. And what's cool is he's an entrepreneur that built up a business, sold it, did well. He's a new dad. And one of his passions in life is to be able to help entrepreneurial, successful dads be able to spend time with their kids, which is a passion of mine. So we hooked up, and I did this podcast, and just to let you know, it's kind of revealing, and we get into some pretty deep stuff. I was shocked at kind of the emotions I felt just kind of sharing. I'm laughing because when he asked me, I didn't know. I was like married 16 or 17 years, not exactly sure. And I love that he quoted me there. And we talk about me being raised by my great grandparents, losing them, reconnecting with my parents. We talk about my recovery some, and he asked what love means to me, which is being present, and why I'm building referrals, why you sleep. It's so the reason I'm building my software company is so that I can be with my kids with this Project 180 and actually set my schedule up. That's the purpose of that. So if you want to check out this podcast, you can. I made a little short URL for you, bit.ly/HOD-Charlie. That's for Heart of Dad. And you may find it interesting. It's a goal of mine. The point of Referrals While You Sleep is to help realtors and lenders work with their best clients so that they can have plenty of time to still spend with their family. If I can help 144 realtors and lenders enjoy what they're doing and spend time with their family and grow their business without spending a whole lot more time, that's what I love to do. And it was really fun to do that podcast. I love being a little interviewed like that. So that is Project 180. Freedom, life is life. Some days I do it, some days I don't, and that's totally cool. And so that's what we got for today. What I'm curious, what's the project on your heart? What do you want to do? All right, big love. Ciao.